What's good? What's good? Welcome to the first episode of the Lit List Notepad. This is your boy Asa, and let's see what we have on the notes today. All right, we're looking at Tory Lanez and Royce the 5'9". Okay, let's go back to the beginning. Let's see how all of this started. As you know, Tory Lanez and Joyner Lucas had, I guess you can say, a friendly competition or a lighthearted battle back around the Thanksgiving holiday. Tory called out Joyner as far as, who could rap better or who was better. It led to them saying, okay, let's go back and forth. Let's jump in the ring and, go a couple rounds and see what happens. So Tory dropped, I forgot the name of that song. It was kind of mediocre, that first song. Joyner responded with Liddy Freestyle, which was flames. Liddy was flames. And everybody was like, wow. After that, Tory Lanez came back hard with Liddy Again Freestyle, which was equally fire. However, he used the same cadence and the same flow that Joyner had done previous in the original Liddy freestyle track. He even mocked Joyner on the song. After that, Joyner released ZZ Freestyle, which was lyrically amazing. Like the concept, the idea, the wordplay. He had a couple drop lines in there that I would have trashed, but for the most part, it was a great song. And everybody who loves rap enjoyed that back and forth competition between those two guys. The only misstep that I think happened in that whole battle was Tory's original song and Joyner Lucas choosing the ZZ beat. The ZZ beat is, even though it's one of the hottest beats out right now, it is more of a celebratory beat, kind of like, for the party. I'm chilling on a Saturday evening, music up, riding in the car about to pick up a female or whatever. It didn't have that intensity for a battle. Like, I would have never chose that beat for a battle rap song, but those are the only two missteps. But besides that, it was hella enjoyable. Everybody liked it. Now a lot of people have opinions about who won, whether you on the left side, on the right side of that argument, who won or who lost. Most people can agree it wasn't a knockout for either side. Anyway, a fan of Royce the 5'9" asked him on Twitter, did he think Tory Lanez won? Royce the 5'9" replied to that fan saying no. Somehow Tory Lanez saw that reply and he went from 0 to 100 real quick. And he, replied to Royce the 5'9" like this. He said,
"That's why you rapidy always had the wrong conception of a W."
I don't think he used that word right.
"Shows why y'all careers look how they look now."
So he kind of, went forward. Like, one thing that I will say about that is that the moment that you do something for the world to consume, you do understand that the world can now judge it. And when the world judges something, or the general public judges something, it's a matter of opinion. And you have to realize that if Royce the 5'9" said you lost, I'm pretty sure you can find a rapper on your timeline that said you won. Like, I think that maybe he took it a little too far with his response to a rapper saying that he lost the battle. You have to develop a thicker skin than that. And so him taking that from 0 to 100 real quick, I suppose it pissed Royce the 5'9" off. And Royce the 5'9" replied,
"No need to get upset, little homie. I thought yours was dope too. Somebody like you disrespecting somebody like me is ridiculous though. I'ma let you slide because you're new."
It had a little heat in it, but it was more so dismissive, like, all right, whatever, bro, like, move around. And he replied back to that with,
"Ain't nobody scared of Rose 57 lyrically. I deleted my comment cause I'm not gonna keep acting like my Joyner didn't do his thing. The old nigga kinda had a point. What I said came off like some hating. People are allowed to think anybody won, simple."
My boy said, "A loud." That's funny. After that, Royce replied,
"My nigga, if you trying to get your mug beat, you doing everything right. I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt because you Canadian. Now go play somewhere before I get upset."
So,
easy, Mr. Muscle Milk. Don't let your gym workout and the fumes in the air start confusing your mind. Oh, talking about he before I get upset on Twitter. You finna do? Fight me through emojis and text? My hashtag young world.
Not killings, but I've seen dudes argue in my hood for hours, and then the guy says, "Suck my dick." At that point, it's violent.
Oh, that's too much cayenne right there. Royce the 5'9" replies,
Alright, cool. Remember you said it, not me.
so last night at some point, I guess Tory and Royce had a conversation over the phone. Tory had this to say on Twitter afterwards.
Spoke to Royce. Very productive conversation. We good.
Yeah, so I guess it's squash, it seems like it is anyway. One thing about it though, the energy level definitely was not the same with that last tweet from Tory, but I mean, at least it didn't, get out of control. What was all of this about? As you can see, one thing escalated into another. This is basically a nigga moment. If you don't know what a nigga moment is somebody says or does something that you could technically let slide, and instead of that, you become offended and you say something in defense back to the person who offended you. Now both of you are offended, and that leads to something a little bit more serious.
Hey.
Watch where you walking. Hey, what you say?
Watch closely. You're about to experience a nigga moment. Webster defines the nigga moment as a moment when ignorance overwhelms the mind of an otherwise logical Negro male,
What did you say, Hey, squeeze it.
causing him to act in an illogical, self-destructive manner, i.e., like a
So it's like a double negative, and that's kind of what happened here. Now, the thing is that a lot of people are saying like, hey, Tory, you picked the wrong person. Like, if you don't know, Royce the 5'9", he's a Detroit legend pretty much. He's a MC. He got his first deal back in like the late 90s. He raps with Eminem. He's one of Eminem's closest collaborators, I guess you can say. And his pen game is official. It's set in stone that this man is a great rapper. And a lot of people are saying Tory Lanez kind of, overstepped his bounds. And then on top of that, I think it kind of went beyond just rap as far as like disrespect, period, to the point to where Royce the 5'9" literally said he would beat his ass. Also, I will say this. He has a history of alcoholism, and he's been sober for like 5 years now. And in his, I guess you could say, old way of thinking, it probably would have got a lot more heated than what it did. But in my opinion now, he probably wouldn't let it go to a physical level. So the moment that was said, like this is beyond just rap. This is like an on-site type situation. And a lot of people feel like Tory Lanez crossed the line. To a certain extent, he kind of did. But at the same time, it's okay. That's one thing that we learned growing up in the hood. It's nothing wrong with crossing a line if you're ready for what's going to happen. That's yet to be determined, so I guess we'll see in the future. It seems, though, I will say this, Tory has become more vocal, and I guess I can see why. He's been in the game a little while now, but for whatever reason, he's still not top tier. Like, if somebody said name the top 5, the top 10, the top 50, his name would never come up. And he's put in a lot of work, and he just doesn't get that. He just doesn't have that particular status yet. And I guess maybe in his head, he's like, man, I need more people to understand that I'm good at what I do. Or maybe it's just, maybe he's coming from the place to where he's been overlooked so long. Maybe he has a history of that going back to when he was a child. I don't know. And now he's, kind of standing up. A lot of people are saying it's like the Napoleon complex, But either way, as far as the fights thing goes, I hope that they never fight. I hope he never tries to beat him up. I hope it never gets to like guns or anything. And I completely doubt that'll ever happen. Hopefully it doesn't. But as far as the back and forth rap battle, it'll be interesting to watch. Let me know who you think will win in the comment section. We'll talk about it if it gets to that point. Maybe this could just been a one-day thing, and they'll never talk about it again. Maybe. Thanks for watching the Lit List. Be sure to like and subscribe to this channel. Talk to you later.